NCAA semifinals since 2014.
Been a few
They've
years.
had such a historic program history, but earlier this week, they had a chance to update that stat. Salisbury came out swinging against their earlier regional final matchup against Trinity. Already up 2, Emily McKay spots a cutting Allie Heinzen. She puts one home and then off the free position. Courtney Fagan absorbs the contact and one is what we call that. She scores that one down low. The Seagulls, they would carry a 6-3 lead into half, and they would add to it. Taylor Poor with a rifle up high. So you would think that this one was in the books, right?
You would think.
Not so fast. Here comes the Bantams. Jennifer Cook, she cuts into the lead, beating Gianna Falcone 5-hole. So she puts the one past the keeper. Trinity would fight all the way back to within 1, and they would knot things up at 7 off the nice feed from Sophie Berger. Allie Barrett puts it home, tying us up with under a minute to go. Now the Seagulls, they'd call a timeout, draw up their play, and it would pay off. Chrissy Murphy spots Heinzen, who somehow finds a hole, and that would be the game winner. Salisbury, they're moving on to the national semifinals with a 9-8 thrilling victory. Here's the team after the win.
It's kind of unreal. Like, this is what players before us have been telling us about since we got here, and like now we're gonna have the chance to experience it.
And it's a new experience for everyone. Like, none of us have been there yet, so it's kind of, we're able to start that again, and it being our last year and finally being able to get it back was just what we needed.
So lucky for you guys, we're going to skip ahead about a week. The SU women making the trip to Salem, Virginia earlier today, clashing with Gettysburg in the NCAA semifinal with a berth in the championship game on the line. And just a disclosure, the women would put up a fight in this one, but they would go on to drop 12-7. They did, however, have one heck of a game. Here are some highlights. In the first half, Chrissy Murphy finds a cutting Courtney Fegan, who is able to find some space down low. Then later on, this girl is just a freshman. She's going to be a star. Emma Skoglund with the rocket up high, so Salisbury would head into the break trailing 5-2, and they would make a run, trying to inch a bit closer in the second half. Alyssa Talbert with her only score of the game, weaving through several defenders on her way to the net and finishing things off. Kind of a bittersweet ending here for the senior Chrissy Murphy, who receives the pass from Dana King and scores down low in the side netting. What a year for the Seagulls, who finished with a 21-2 overall record. They fall 12-7 in the national semifinals. Gettysburg advances to the big dance.
It really was just us. Unfortunately, we started to fold. I can't say that they did anything like super special we couldn't handle. We just started to try and force it when it really wasn't there, instead of getting those easy looks, because when we started connecting and getting the goals, it was just the layups that we were getting, and we should have kept looking.
And Jeff, 21-2 for such a great year, but when you think about those two losses, Gettysburg and TCNJ, the two teams that will be squaring off for the national title, so nothing to hang their heads about for Jim Nestor and his seniors and the squad that will be returning next year, especially Emma Skoglund. She's going to be great. Emma
Skoglund, just a freshman.
Yeah.
And you can see the talent that this team has. You know, you have the seniors. You saw Allie Hinson earlier, a few minutes ago, talking about how they had seniors when they were freshmen, talking about this moment and how they were playing in this moment. They got here. Now these freshmen like Skoglund will be able to bring and carry this experience with them. So hopefully next year, great season. Next year, we're going to see maybe 23 wins and a national title for those Seagulls.
And the men's lacrosse team tomorrow hoping to get another national championship, a three-peat. They get Wesleyan out of Connecticut. That one's at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Of course, and we will have highlights at 10 and 11 o'clock on ABC and the CW. But unfortunately, we do have to take another break. But when we return, now we had a very special guest over at Arthur W. Purdue Stadium. Nice one there. I like that. Last night, as the Shorebirds hosted the Lakewood Blue Claws, we're going to explain a little bit after the break.
I'm Nigel Burger King Mills from Wacomico High, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.